Penis. Fart. The reason we have to get listeners, right?
Yeah.
Is because last night I was gonna go to Power Hour.
Sure.
But I put on this movie called She-Ball.
She-Ball.
And the reason I put it on...
Is it like she-ball? Like she balls, kind of?
Yeah.
Like she's good at basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not like Monsters Ball, but she-ball.
Yeah.
Something.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Or like a new sport, she-ball.
I guess they couldn't come up with a cool title. Like, all they could think is women's basketball, but we can't call it women's basketball.
Nobody will watch it.
It was so we called it She-Ball. Yeah, it's a really dumb title.
Yeah.
But what I'm
I
saying...
say that and everyone loves women's basketball right now.
Everyone loves it.
So they're probably going off of that, right? They're trying to ride this.
Well, this movie, honestly, they might be ahead of the curve.
Whoa.
Because I want to say it came out 2023.
That's about when people were starting to care.
I don't think anyone still does.
Well, there's like people talk about Caitlin Clark now.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that at some point. Anyway.
Right, for sure.
All right. So
you sent me a text one time that that was like, do you think like 10 black little people could beat like a women's basketball team? Some shit like that?
Was it?
Well,
I was probably
something that was like even like male little people are better than women at basketball.
I was probably asking you about my Harlem Globetrotter joke.
No.
About how
this is for the podcast.
Oh yeah.
You said it was kind of recent.
I don't know.
It's since you've been sober.
So
no excuses.
I've gotten a lot harsher since being sober. I honestly, being an alcoholic kind of tamed me because I was always worried, like, when you say shit over, when you're drinking.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, you don't know how it came out.
You were harsh when you drink sometimes. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen you multiple times tell somebody who's like an open mic comedian that they're just not funny and like they'll never be funny in a way that would like crush their soul.
Sorry.
I mean, it's funny though because it's like I kind of know where you're coming from when you say it to them. Never said it to me. You said it to people who kind of struggle.
No, I wouldn't even say kind of struggle. I don't even think I would do that to somebody who
You're not sorry.
I wouldn't do that to somebody who was kind of struggling or having a rough set. I may say that to someone who has no ability.
Somebody who's had a lot of bad sets.
Really?
Yeah, well.
Anyway.
Multiple people. Anyway, you were talking about She-Ball. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, thanks for making me look like...
No, dude, you're just too real.
I'm just too real.
Reality is harsh. So if you're harsh, you're just being real.
You know?
That's a quote.
Exactly.
I made up.
Yeah.
Put that on my tombstone.
From Marky.
That'd be a good tombstone.
Ooh, what about Marky Mark?
Reality is harsh. So if I'm harsh, I'm just real.
Ooh.
Put that on a folder with a basketball player behind it.
That's Marky Mark Aurelius.
Marky Mark Aurelius. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I gotta write it down though. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah. But I was saying, we need listeners because I didn't go to Power Hour because once I started watching She-Ball, I genuinely felt like I was doing homework for the show. And if we were actually making money off the show, I'd be like, I'm sorry, guys, I'm working. And I'm watching She-Ball.
Yeah.
Because, look,
You got notes?
I took
Holy
notes
shit,
about
dude.
She-Ball.
And that's more than you ever did in high school.
I used a notebook from high school.
There was plenty of empty pages.
All right. So can I? Oh yeah, big time. I've actually written so much more stuff down since starting stand up than I did. I don't know. I wasn't. What are we talking about? Oh,
She-Ball.
She-Ball.
So it's funny because I would put like She-Balls.
Right.
But maybe they were worried about that sounding like a woman's balls.
A tranny movie.
Yeah.
Can you say tranny?
I don't think so.
What about, all right.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah. Oh.
I one time hung out with some gay guys on Pride, and they were complaining about how trans people ruin Pride. It was so funny.
Wait, who was complaining about
All
this?
the gay guys were like, dude, Pride is so fun until the trans people show up.
No. Wait, now.
I didn't know there was inter-LGBT strife like that. But these gay guys didn't like trans people.
Yeah, I just remembered that it came from the word transvestite. That sounds like a slur.
Well, transgender, too.
Transgender. What's transvestite?
Transvestite is somebody who just wears women's clothes, like a cross-dresser.
I gotcha.
I don't really know because it's like an outdated term.
All right, back to she-ball.
Yeah, not she-balls.
All right. So while I was doing homework, first thing that struck my eye about this movie, written and directed by Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. Can you just see him sitting down with the fucking pencil behind his ear?
There's a lot of race theory in the movie, but it's like a comedy, kind of.
Okay. What do you mean by race theory?
Well, we'll get there. We're starting off slow.
I will say, like, just the background of Nick Cannon, like, he has all them kids, but he acts like it's good or something.
Yeah,
he might be one of those, like,
he's
guys who are like, black people used to be kings. And
oh,
we
yeah.
need to repopulate.
Oh, no, it's in the movie.
Okay, well, yeah, sorry, I'm getting out of it.
So, yeah, we got, and then Birdman.
Oh, nice.
And this is a Cash Money Productions.
No, so this is like Birdman produced
He financed
and
this.
he's like, put me in it. And it's funny because Birdman is just like kind of universally hated by everybody.
Right.
But he somehow teamed up with Nick Cannon.
They teamed up.
It's all like the BET villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of had they must have been at the BET bank collecting residual checks.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, should we all just like do a movie together?
Yeah.
So then
They got together after an episode of Wild
Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer, okay.
You would think
he does barbershop and stuff, right?
Yeah, you would think he was too big for this.
I would think so.
But Birdman,
one of the kings of comedy.
Oh, he probably was threatened by Birdman.
One of the black kings of comedy.
I think every person in the movie was threatened by Birdman.
Yeah, they were all there at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this guy.
What were the hot boys? They were surrounded by hot boys with AKs.
Yeah, it was. Lil Turk, was that one of them? Lil Turk, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil Wayne. I think you're right.
BG and Juvenile.
Juvenile for sure, dude.
For sure,
dude. And don't forget the producer. Fuck, what is his name?
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh. Yeah. Don't forget.
Damn, I know a lot.
There's a great.
I know a lot about Cash Money.
Yeah. There's a great small Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah, with Juvenile.
Juvenile.
I've watched it 50 times.
Me and Nerve watched it 50 times too. And Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
Is there too.
Anyway, so. All right, so Cedric the Entertainer, like I said, there's a lot of race theory, so it's kind of a drama.
There's a lot of like long talking parts.
Yeah.
Theory.
Oh yeah. It's
lots of dialogue.
because eventually Nick Cannon ends up with a white woman, but he doesn't like her at first based on some
race theory.
Yeah. So anyway,
is it like the movie Boomerang a little bit?
I haven't seen Boomerang, and no, I guarantee.
My recommendation.
Well, does Boomerang start off with they need to save the rec center?
No, is that what this is?
So they got to save the rec center.
Boomerang is a movie about like Eddie Murphy is a player, but then he meets a girl who's like he like starts falling for, so he can't be a player.
Right.
And then she kind of plays him.
Is Halle Berry in that movie?
I don't remember.
No. All right. Anyway.
A bunch of black comedians are.
Yeah. Oh, so then you got DC Youngfly, and
I remember that name.
The reason you remember him is I played you that video from that 85 South, and he's the guy who's like, "That's why I be fucking with a gun in my hand."
That guy rocks.
Okay.
He's the funny one in the group.
Right, and so he's.
They're a comedy group, so that says a lot.
So he's a blood gang killer in this movie.
He's a shooter, huh?
But he's funny in the movie, right? Or so.
It's like the Joker.
Yeah. Well,
he's violent and funny.
Well, I guess what me and Wagner had going, he doesn't do anything violent. He just is trying to be funny, and me and Wagner just kept going. One thing about DC Youngfly, he gonna be Chris Tucker. He just acts like Chris Tucker from Friday the entire movie.
He kind of does in the group. Too.
Yeah.
He probably
100%.
loves Chris Tucker.
Oh, well, one thing about DC Youngfly. He gonna beat Chris Tucker. But
I love that they probably had a conversation like, shouldn't it be she balls? And they're like, nope, can't be she balls. They had to have that combo, right?
Well, and then on top of this, all right, they got to save the rec center in Inglewood, okay?
Is it a literal, like, YMCA rec center, basketball court, and a pool?
And apparently the biggest thing, no, it's just a basketball court. No pool. No pool.
Outdoor or indoor?
Indoor.
Okay, that's good at least.
They end up playing a tournament at an outdoor court that looks way better.
Why would they do that?
And then we're just like, y'all should just play here.
In the rec center.
No.
Give the rec center some fucking marketing, do the competition there.
Yeah. It makes no sense why this rec center is being taken away.
Yeah. Clearly they have a better basketball court they can go to.
Yeah.
Who cares?
So you got Nick Cannon, who is at one point in his life he was an up and coming basketball player. Turned in his life, went to gangbanging.
Okay.
Went to jail. He's come back. Now he's given back to the community for the past couple years.
Sure.
And for whatever reason,
we got some white man can jump inspiration, maybe
a little bit.
We're gonna have like a big basketball tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And so, which I called the ending, by the way.
Nice.
Which
that means you outsmarted Nick Cannon.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about. I was like, where's the scene where they need like $13,000 to save the rec center, and then they enter the tournament and win $13,000, which turns out it was $100,000. So they didn't have as specific a number as me.
Did they need $100,000 to save the rec center?
It makes no sense.
You could build a new rec center
easily.
That's so much money. How much is a fucking rec center?
No, well, I mean, $100,000 wouldn't get you a gym built.
If you bought like a house, it would cost like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm no city planner.
All right, but for whatever reason, in Inglewood, California, at this time, which is 2 years ago,
Inglewood, California.
Adult women's rec basketball is like the biggest thing in the city. Like
adult women's rec basketball. Yeah.
Yes.
In Inglewood, California.
Yeah.
Of course.
And anybody who's anybody is going to these games. So
everyone knows about Inglewood Bloods, Crips, and women's basketball.
Yeah, there's Bloods, there's Crips. Birdman is like the head of the neighborhood.
Birdman is from. Everyone knows he's from New Orleans.
Yeah. Well. He's running Inglewood in this movie.
I guess it probably was a stretch
and
for him to act. He's a good actor.
No, he
does he rub his hands together a lot?
He does that.
Oh, like a fly. Nurse says he's like a fly.
He does. So he has. I'd say he has 20 lines in the movie.
Yeah.
15 of them are, "Oh, I see you don't respect my gangster," and he does that the whole movie.
Respect on my name.
So Nick Cannon is his like. Enemy,
Sure.
And he's got to make Nick Cannon fall in line, but Nick Cannon's not falling in line.
No, he's good at basketball.
So, well, he was an up-and-comer, but now he's old, okay?
He's going to coach?
No. Yeah, he's a coach, all right? But for some reason, there is a local high school boy who's like the best boy in the city.
Sure.
It's someone who in real life is the exact same age as Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
It's Chris Brown.
It's Chris Brown.
Is the local high school
Chris Brown at this point might look older than Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon looks very young, and Chris Brown I feel like is starting to age a little.
All right.
I gotta look at this. And
he's
see what he
37 years old in real life. He's playing a high school kid in the movie. And so
I mean, mentally he still is a high school kid. Both these people. I mean, everyone you've just named is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This movie
might as well be like.
Oh, this movie could have been written.
This might as well be a movie they got together to submit to, like they're trying to get into a college.
It's 100%. And so, so Chris Brown's going down the same path as Nick Cannon, and Nick's there to be like, "Hey, you ain't got to do it like me."
Yeah.
And Chris is like, what? Back up off me, man. And he sees like when he goes to like pull away, he's got like a gun on his side. And he's like, what you got that piece on you for?
Yeah.
Now Nick Cannon, he has to let the world know. He's afraid that people might see him as that's how he is in life. So he can't fully be an actor. He has to let you know who he really is as well.
Okay.
If I'm going to tell you what I mean.
Yes.
So when Chris Brown is like, he says, what you got that piece on for you?
Yeah.
Nick Cannon, the world needs to know, like, in this movie, I'm a good guy, but I'm still, like, don't fuck with me.
I know about pieces.
Yeah. So he's like, so when he's like, so what you got that piece on you for? He's like, what you mean? I know you keep one too. And he's like, yeah, but mine's in the car.
What the fuck, dude? I feel like I could see the argument happening the day they're filming.
Yeah.
Where he's like, no, this line implies that I won't have a piece. Of course I still have a piece.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, okay, well, just say the line, but I'm also going to add that I do have a piece. It's just not on me. That way it's kind of like the best of both worlds.
Right. Yeah.
And then everyone there who's just getting paid by them is like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's kind of makes sense. That's a kind of
for you,
yeah.
so yeah.
All right. So all right.
That is really funny.
Okay, so that's
like very Tubi.
Yeah.
Is this a Tubi? You said
it's the quality, like the video, I guess, quality of it is much better. The writing, exactly the same.
Some Tubi movies have good quality because you can get like decent camera, you get like rent shit.
Yeah,
so there'll be movies that have like horrible. Dude, Nerd made me watch this movie. It was called like My 12 Boyfriends of Christmas. And it was. Did you see this?
I've seen this.
Dude, I was
Is
so
it a black
mad
girl
at
with a
her.
white guy?
She dates a white guy. She dates 12 different guys.
Oh, okay.
And they're all like, it's almost like a skit that goes on for 2 hours.
I have genuinely. Does she start off where she like works in an office, like a busy ass like marketing firm?
I mean, that literally is every Tubi movie.
All right, yeah.
That's every Tubi movie.
I'm pretty
They're
sure.
always working in some kind of fake office.
I'm pretty sure I watched this past Christmas.
Oh my god, I was so fucking mad at her. I went on Letterboxd and gave it a 0-star review.
I mean, it is insanely bad, but if you watch it for that reason, it can be basically.
I was mad because she like made us watch it, not because it was. I'll watch bad stuff if I'm in the right mood, but I was like, dude, we can watch The Accountant.
Right. Yeah, I just want to. Why don't you
watch
just
something good?
Why don't
like
you
Blade or The Accountant
or Armageddon
or Armageddon?
So where am I at
or
now?
The Usual Suspects I watched this week.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that in a while.
It's
All
like
right.
if you're a big movie head, this is one of your favorites. If you love movies like Fight Club and shit.
Yeah, I won't. We can talk about Sinners another episode.
Oh yeah,
but we'll do that another episode. 'Cause then okay. So
I guarantee nobody's talking about Sinners in 2 weeks. But anyway,
all right, that's fine.
It might not ever come.
No, when we talk about it, I think it'll be new.
Yeah. Well, we say will be new to the conversation, but I think everyone who loves it now is gonna immediately forget they ever saw it.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah.
I think it's
let's not give away how our feelings are, which I think is too late.
Yeah,
but
too
fuck
late.
it. Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Yeah, we're talking about an actual good movie right now, She-Ball.
All right. So then, so Nick Cannon establishes like exactly what you said. They're like, wait, are y'all insinuating my character doesn't have a gun? Like, because I need everyone to know I have a gun.
I already have that problem because I'm Nick Cannon. Everyone thinks I'm soft in real life.
Yeah.
So you can't be saying I don't have a gun now.
Well, he also does the thing with the white girl in the movie, which the first thing he sees, like, who is this white bitch? You know, which should be a red flag to this woman. But
she calls her a white bitch.
Yeah. What the fuck is this white bitch doing here?
I didn't know the white devil came in today.
He's like supposed to be like a good guy in the movie, and and so also Nick Cannon has to let the world know that he's fucking girls on the team. So one of the girls,
aren't they younger?
Huh?
What aren't they?
These
schoolers?
are adult. No.
Okay.
Chris Brown's character kind of comes in for no reason.
It's women's basketball. Why is he there?
I don't know, because he's buddies with Chris Brown, maybe.
Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown's character.
Brown's like, dude, you're doing a movie. I heard. Can you give a part for me?
Honestly, nah. Nick would have asked him.
I'm trying to think of how they.
No, Nick would have asked him to be.
Okay.
I don't think Chris Brown would have said, "Can I be in your movie?"
Birdman's like, I'll fund it, but I gotta be in it.
Yeah, and Lil Yachty too.
And Lil Yachty. Well, I don't know did Lil Yachty help fund it?
Mate, he's a producer.
He's like, I just want to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
Lil Yachty's personality is like, I just think it would be cool to be around you guys. You seem cool.
I don't know shit about Lil Yachty.
He's kind of a dork, dude.
He's just a really. It's crazy how bad he is at like announcing that the game's about to start. It's like how he butchers.
Hey, he wrote that City Girls song that got really big. Do you know that?
City Girls.
The City Girls was that.
City Girls do like boo.
Yeah.
Boo. Yeah.
He wrote one of their big hits.
I could do that though.
But people think he sucks, but he wrote this song that everyone loved.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm saying. I don't like the song. I like one of his
See
songs.
the girls. Yeah, I know that one. But anyway, so yeah. Like I said, a lot of this is kind of about growing up in the hood, trying to make it. Yeah. And then their big adversary is they don't have like the one, like.
Do they have any female actors to be in these basketball teams?
Yeah. So.
Okay, sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah. So the hilarious thing about all these keep in mind, adult rec league women, they're all models.
Okay.
Every one of them is like
this was like a Weinstein production.
They're all tens, right?
They set it up so they'd be
yeah.
That's why they did women's basketball, right?
Yeah.
And also, they didn't want everyone to reveal men to reveal how short they are.
No, I think this is something where Nick Cannon was like showing like his somewhat woke side.
Okay.
But he doesn't know how to do it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
it's
like
an American History X thing where
he's doing this thing where he's like, I support women's basketball, but you know I'm fucking them too.
Yeah,
you know. So
it's like the gun thing. It's the same thing. It's like, look, I'm gay, but I'm not that gay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm soft, but I'm not that soft.
Yeah, it's like Will Smith's song Pretty Girls.
I don't know. How does it go?
He goes, I like pretty girls, 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 girls. I like pretty, and it's him just kind of being like, I'm not gay, gay, gay. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gay, gay.
But you are kind of gay for like doing that. So he's like, I'm kind of gay. Well, in the end.
Yeah.
He's saying I'm kind of gay.
Yeah, I flamed him today in the comment section.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, as I said, Will, I put hey, Will, maybe it's time to turn to drugs and alcohol.
That's a great one.
That's a good
great.
one. Maybe that's what maybe all my stand-up from now on will just go and I'll show people videos and say, what do y'all think about my comment?
Or you could just describe the video.
Maybe.
That way you don't have to use your phone battery.
That's true. Yeah, I don't want to have to keep plugging my phone in.
Between sets.
All right, so now you got the white girl who comes in, and you can tell.
What is she in the movie?
So Nick Cannon has a sister, right?
Sure.
And that girl
There's already too many characters that are not female basketball players.
Oh, the sister plays on the basketball team.
Okay, there we go.
And she brings the white girl in to also.
That at least can connect Nick Cannon to the fucking basketball, because I was like waiting, like,
right.
What do any of these dudes have to do with female basketball?
He does connect through the sister.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can tell like Nick Cannon and the white girl, their first interaction is like, who the fuck is this? But you're immediately like, oh, they're gonna be together.
Is she supposed to be Caitlin Clark?
No,
like because she's a hot white.
Like
good white basketball player, not hot.
No,
but, like the star white basketball player.
They wouldn't have predicted Caitlin Clark's fame.
Was she not famous in 2023?
No, and also you would have to assume this movie was probably made in 2022.
Sure, yeah.
And
who knows when it was written?
1993.
It was written when Chris Brown was in high school.
I mean, it was written back when you were saving rec centers in movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he probably watched like, I don't know, ATL or something. What movie would he watch? I mean, he probably just watches
Family Matters.
Yeah, he probably just watches that shit. Like, that's his frame of reference. I think he lives in the time when he was famous.
Right.
All those guys do.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so also, it's like mostly about gentrification and trying to stop it in a way. There's kind of, it's all over the map.
Yeah.
But they also want to add like comedic parts to the movie. So Cedric the Entertainer's edition, as far as
I forgot he's in this.
As comedy value,
what does he do?
He doesn't do anything other than he's a politician whose name is Billy T. Balls.
Okay.
And
T Balls.
Yeah, Billy T.
Uh-huh.
And then Balls.
Balls.
BAWLS. So his whole
like the soda.
Yeah, is that one?
I think it was like an energy drink.
But his whole like comedic presence is using the word balls and saying stuff like when he wants people to vote for him, he's like, and this summer, let's lift balls to the top. And then he'll leave the room, and you're supposed to be like, sad, crazy, man.
Wow, dude, he's funny.
So, And then what else we got in the notes? All right.
Is he probably does some shit, I imagine, at the tournament. He's
what,
like at the tournament.
It turns out that, well, no, he's the main guy selling the rec center.
Oh, he's a villain.
He's a villain.
Okay.
And
he represents corporate greed.
He's corporate, yeah. He represents
government overstepping.
No, what he represents is selling to the white man.
Oh, he's selling out his brothers and sisters.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
that's no good.
And then so you got the white girl, the first
so this is
first
the love
time
story.
she goes onto the court. They're like, "Who's this Taylor Swift looking bitch?" You know, and then she hits a shot in somebody's face.
Yeah, and
she goes, "Taylor Swish," and then it walks backwards like that. Also,
that rocks, dude.
It's very and so, like I said,
Taylor Swish.
That should be my homework in a perfect world.
Yeah, like you should be able to do this every day and get paid like 6 figures.
And then talk like the way a Rogan or Seinfeld or Will Smith talk about their craft, where I talk about how hard I work.
You need to be interviewed about this.
And I'm like, well, I mean, a typical Thursday night, I'm watching She-Ball twice. I'm watching
I'm looking up to see if what other Cash Money Productions.
Right. I'm on. I mean, people don't quite realize like how many hours I spend on Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey man, I've been on Sci-Fi Network since I was a kid. Like, yeah, dude.
So
I've seen the sequels to The Shining on that shit.
Well, not the problem
you
is
see the Shining sequels.
Nah, but let me get to this, Jason. This is important.
Okay.
Is the viewers, all they see is the finished product.
Yeah.
They don't see me sitting on the couch skipping Power Hour.
Yeah.
Because I gotta watch She-Ball.
Yep.
They don't see that.
That's right.
And I don't. It's like
they don't understand the hours.
Yeah, the hours
that went into it.
Right. And I mean, honestly, that's just a little insight to me and who I am. You know, it's like I'm not gonna try to make it all about me, but sometimes.
How much Shark Week did they watch this year?
Probably, I would say less than an hour.
They used to have also like different lizard days. Where I remember on the Sci-Fi Network, it would be like, we're doing snake movies today. All day.
Honestly,
they were doing crocodile movies tomorrow.
Honestly, I saw Dale not too long ago.
Yeah.
Somehow Shark Week came up, and I felt like he made a good point. But it is like time to like dedicate.
I saw on Facebook recently, he shit on Shark Week.
Did he?
Yeah, he was like, I don't like Shark Week.
Honestly, he just said he was at Frank and Mary's. I actually think Dale might be thriving like a lot more than people think.
How so?
People are always like, man, I'm worried about Dale.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. He seems better than most of y'all.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know.
Well, the thing about Dale is
he's
emotionally manipulative, and he makes everyone think he's feeling bad. So people take care of him.
Yeah,
you know?
I like that. Respect.
And he gets women like that.
Yeah.
he fucks, dude.
Yeah, I could see it, but
so that's the truth about Dale McPeak.
Right. Well, I think he's.
You're giving him a ride. You're a nice guy. He really needs it.
Right.
You got manipulated.
But
you let him have some of your coke.
What about like a Tiger Week?
Tiger Week.
Well, they just don't do any other weeks.
No.
And I'm like, Sci-Fi that you should.
Sci-Fi low key does.
No, but
does like days dedicated to certain themes. It used to. I've honestly had cable in a while, so I haven't.
But what about attacking it the same way they attack Shark Week?
They don't go full blown, and I think it's. I would assume it's just marketing type shit. Like Shark Week is the moneymaker.
Why doesn't History Channel
It's like sweeps.
Yeah, History Channel should just Hitler Week.
Well, I mean
that is history. I know, but I'm saying.
And then Ancient Alien Week.
No, I'm saying
those are their moneymakers. You know it's history because the word ancient is in the title.
No, I know they show a lot of Hitler, but I'm talking about like doing it like where it becomes part of the nomenclature. You know, where Step Brothers is like, fuck mom, it's Shark Week.
I think there's like a Mad Men type room of people going, God, I wish we had a Shark Week. They would love to have exactly what you're describing, but they just can't get it together the way the Shark Week got it together.
Well, we got all the footage. Honestly, we got all the footage. We got all the knowledge.
You probably need to get behind like the movie Jaws or something. Like I feel like there's probably something that creates a moment where you could have a Shark Week.
Yeah.
Like people are like, "Oh, I like this movie Jaws."
You're right. Yeah. You're right.
So then they're like, "You want to learn more about sharks?" And you get them hooked like a drug.
Okay, so we need a good Hitler movie.
And I think, we need a good Hitler movie for once. Yeah, maybe when Inglourious Bastards came out, History Week should have been on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you want to hear my incubator idea?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, this is a good one.
This is, okay.
Okay. Yeah, when you thought I was talking about multiplicity, where there's just like one actor who plays
a bunch of different
roles.
He's getting cloned, but
right.
So
I don't, I kind of got this from seeing Sinners and then
Sinners.
Like,
okay, so in Sinners, there's what's his name? Michael B. Jordan.
Smoke and Stack.
Yeah, and they're both two people. Honestly, I had a really embarrassing moment with Sinners. So is it Michael B. Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
I go, there's two famous black guys in this, Michael B. Jordan and some other guy. And I realized they were both Michael B. Jordan.
Damn.
Like, I registered. I was kind of looking at my phone halfway.
Yeah.
I didn't register that it was the same guy
for
a little bit, but I registered that they were both famous black guys.
Right.
I was like, I don't know, is that Chadwick Boseman?
It is wild that you have a black girlfriend.
I know, dude. I could spot black people you'd never know. Like,
but Michael B.
I know more
Jordan.
about the P. Diddy trial than anybody at Power Hour.
Right.
And I've proved that on stage 2 weeks in a row as I talk about the trial and nobody knows what the fuck. People don't know Tyler Perry's in trouble right now.
Oh, yeah. For some, I did know that. Yeah, he's like.
I go. Gay Pride Month is we got a great new gay guys this year.
Yeah.
P. Diddy and Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they're both getting sued for gay crimes.
What? And so Tyler Perry was just like texting some guy like he was kind of like what's his name? Who also
what Tyler Perry did is very funny.
Well, he was kind of like the fucking
gay Weinstein. He's trying to fuck one of his actors, who's a guy. He's sending him shit like, I'm a big dick guy and I make all the bottoms go crazy.
Okay. I thought he was doing
I'm a top.
Okay. I thought he was doing like those texts like Army Hammer, like I want to eat you, like I want.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe.
Because also Army Hammer famously played himself. He was the Winklevoss twins in Social Network.
Oh, I haven't seen Social Network.
I think you'd like that. So anyway, my idea, okay.
Sinners is kind of like the Social Network of vampire movies.
Why you go on?
Well, they got a guy, Michael B. Jordan, playing two different guys.
Oh yeah. There's kind of All right. So, we're in Sinners. Michael B. Jordan plays Smoke and Stack. Right?
Yes.
Okay, but what if you got a movie where Nick Cannon or who's an actor?
And it was all just so
who's an actor you like?
Birdman.
Okay.
No. I love John Bernthal.
Okay, so John Bernthal. All right, let's say John Bernthal is playing in a movie.
He's good too because he could play a lot of different white guys.
Okay, let's say John Bernthal is playing I Am Legend.
Okay, zombie movie.
Okay.
He's the last man.
Okay. But
that's what you're saying? Like, yeah. Okay.
All right. Now
He finds a dead baby in a crib. Remember that scene?
In what?
I Am Legend.
No, I didn't. I've seen I Am Legend.
He walks up to the crib and he looks in it and he makes a face like sad.
Ugly.
Such an unnecessary scene to put in.
He's like, I want pretty girls. The
director was just like, the world is fucked up.
Yeah.
Right?
So, okay, John Bernthal plays I Am Legend, right?
Yeah.
All right. And honestly, he kind of is this in Accountant 2. But
Accountant 2? Squared?
You know, there's
you mean the Accountant Squared?
Accountant Squared. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, they have made an I Am Legend 2, correct?
I don't know.
Well, if they haven't.
I actually read the short. It was based on a novella. I read the novella.
Cut that out.
Sorry.
You just hit him with I actually read the book.
I read the book.
Yeah.
It's not a. It's like 100. It's like 100 pages. So I'm trying. It's also like I'm not gonna read a whole book.
Yeah, dude.
It's a short book.
How many pages are like? Oh wait. All right. Let me do Incubator, and then we can maybe talk about.
Then we can talk about books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well.
Rules of being cool. Don't talk about books.
That is very true. Matter of fact, that was covered in the first episode when I talked about my school of Gaston.
Yeah.
I was like,
by the way, shout out to Sam Talent. Rules of being cool. Don't talk about books.
Or write them. Yeah. Oh, man.
Mark Twain.
I had such a sweet burn the other day. I was at an open mic where the guy who went up on stage, not only did he dress exactly like Sam Talent, but he also, in the face, kind of looked like him.
Okay.
A little bit. But he dressed exactly like him.
Yeah.
And I nudged Ryder, and I was like, what about some talent?
I love that.
That was
some talent.
Yeah, that was a good one. So anyway.
Was he funny? Did he perform like Sam? Was he like was he like a doppelganger?
I don't know.
Because I bet if Sam gets more popular, he'll have some copycats like Shane Gillis.
Well, right.
Everyone copies Shane Gillis now.
I know, but they copy him in their mannerisms and their jokes. This guy genuinely just dressed exactly like.
Yeah.
It looked like he was doing.
If Shane Gillis had a more like noticeable way of dressing,
right.
Maybe they copy
Honestly,
that.
I kind of dress like Shane Gillis.
You're wearing like sweatpants and
a
whatever. Anyway, your Incubator idea, dude.
Okay,
Caffeine
so John.
is kicking in.
No, I get it. John Bernthal, I Am Legend, right?
Yeah.
So then when I Am Legend 2 comes out, just like he did in Accountant, turns out he's got a twin brother, right? Who joins...
Wait. How is that like the accountant? Because he's got...
Well, in the Accountant, he joins his brother to, like, fight.
He saves his brother's life at the end.
Yeah.
They're reunited after years.
Okay, so in...
Accountant 2, they've been estranged ever since that moment for 8 years.
Right.
Accountant 2 starts 8 years later, and they haven't talked the whole time since that Accountant 1.
Okay, well, let's keep in mind the whole thing where I say I Am Legend has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This could be any movie ever made.
Okay.
But let's just start off with John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
And then when we get to the sequel, it turns out he's got a twin brother. And he now joins him to fight. Okay. Now we make it to a third movie.
Yeah.
Turns out there's a third brother. We got a triplet.
They're triplets.
Right. And now...
And they somehow avoided that when they're talking about how, oh, yeah, we've always been twins. But now they're like, oh, yeah, there's another third brother.
Well, have you ever...
maybe he was separated at birth. They didn't even know
Have
about
you
him.
ever seen Three Identical Strangers?
No.
You would love Three Identical Strangers.
I'll watch that.
Yeah. So, all right. And that's a documentary. That's not a movie.
Oh, then I'm not writing it down. I don't watch documentaries. I'm cool.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you, make that the last one you ever see.
All right. If I'm like trying to impress somebody or something.
No. Matter of fact,
I'm just joking. I'll watch it.
Honestly, I'll just tell you the plot of Three Identical Strangers.
Is it what we're saying?
Huh?
Is it what we're saying with this movie, basically?
No. I don't think you're catching on just yet. I don't think the world or Hollywood is catching on.
Let's keep it. I think my problem is I'm getting too into the nitty gritty. So let's just say John Bernthal's in an action movie.
Any movie.
It's just an action movie.
Any movie.
Any kind of movie?
Or any action movie.
Any action movie, yeah.
Okay.
There's a car scene, there's a gun scene, there's a karate scene.
Okay.
Next movie.
And then we're on to the sequel.
But
the reason it's a sequel is it turns out he has a twin brother who is now joining him to fight whoever.
Well, in that case, it should probably be whatever it is, the name of the movie, Squared. Because it's, him twice. And then whenever we go to the third one, it's cubed. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we get to the third movie.
Now I get a producer credit.
Now it turns out there's a triplet.
For that little addition gets my name in the credits.
Yeah, absolutely. I would put you in there no matter what.
Thanks, man.
Jason,
Even if you don't use the.
How long have you known me? How long you known me?
Legit, like 10, 12 years.
Yeah, that's weird. 10, 12 years. You know I'm putting you in the credits.
Hell yeah, bro.
Matter of fact,
a few other people too.
Yeah,
Bob Keaton, you said?
Bob Keaton might be in the credits.
Nice.
Okay, so hold on. You're still. I can tell.
I'm putting Adam Crocetti in the.
Yeah.
I'm putting Adam Crocetti in the credits.
I went up at. Yeah, I went up on a mic not too long ago, and I went, "Oh, Adam Crocetti. I'm glad to see he's doing well."
I got a huge laugh one night at Shuba's. I said, I was catching up with my friend Max Sorich. Everyone died laughing.
Damn, was this recent?
No, it was like I don't know.
Anyway,
it's just funny how it means nothing.
Yeah, we just shared these stories with each other right now.
We
That's
just
naming.
We
That
just
is
name open mic comics and people laugh at just the concept of them.
Yeah.
But all right, so Cubed. All right, so we get to Square. John Barenthal meets his twin brother.
They calling me.
Both are played by John Barenthal.
All right, so the twin shows up, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like Sinners or Social Network. Is it still working?
Yeah. I just got scared.
Think of how viral we would have went if you sat down and that chair just broke.
I'm telling you, I'm
nothing.
so fat that it's a decent probability every time I sit down.
I'm just saying. Now, the more I think about it,
you should get your cell phone camera on every time.
I can't come up with an idea that's better than you breaking the chair. But all right, so now
we'll do it.
All right, so we got the sequel.
When we start getting real desperate,
we'll
start doing like this kind of shit every episode. Yeah. You're really tall, so you should bump your head on a cabinet.
Maybe something. Yeah, I wish this was tile. Maybe a tile.
We'll
could
build
fall
something.
Down. Yeah, we'll get something.
A tile. Something falling from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we get 9/11.
These are good ideas.
Let's strike one.
Incubator idea: have us fall or get hurt.
Hold on, one second. Well, actually, I told Drake that he would be on the pod eventually.
He should be.
Hello?
Talk about the Patreon.
I hope he's not calling it for anything bad right now. We're doing the podcast right now.
Oh, hey, do you want this entertainment center? That's all I called to ask about. Or do you just want the TV?
Just grab the TV.
All right, cool. Thanks, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
All right. And then
I'm not cutting that out.
Yeah, might as well.
Amounted to nothing.
Okay, so now you get to a third movie, right? John Barenthal has a triplet. Now he shows up to
the
fight.
twins didn't know about him.
No.
They're on decent. This kind of reminds me of like at some point in the Fast and Furious movies, they introduced that John Cena is Vin Diesel's brother.
Okay.
Like 9 movies in.
You're still not.
But
quite.
I like that you're starting with the brother thing.
Well, I'm starting.
It's just like a forced brother, but it's all John Barenthal.
Right.
It's also very funny that Vin Diesel and John Cena would be related.
Yeah.
They don't look anything alike.
Yeah. Vin Diesel's real name. Anyway, I don't think you're quite grasping what I'm going for here.
All
right. So now we get to a third movie. There's a triplet. Okay. Fourth movie, and then you just kind of keep doing it. They're just Barenthal.
We add a Barenthal every movie.
Right. And I think you can probably make it up to about 6.
6. Yeah, it's gonna get cluttered. Cause you'll be like a point where like
you'll run out of outfits. You think?
Yeah. It'll be like it's like who's the main one? Who's the prime? Who's the hero?
Look, I didn't.
There should be an evil Barenthal.
Right.
At some point, maybe he gets converted. One thing I really appreciate about Fast and Furious movies is they'll introduce a guy and they'll say he's the most evil person you've ever heard of in your life.
Right.
And in the next movie, they all are friends.
Right. Yeah.
Fighting on the same team.
Yeah.
And it happens over and over again.
Right. And they're kind of like not even that bad when you meet them. Like
no. Well, I thought Jason Statham's character was like a prick. The first thing they introduce him, he kills the Asian guy. There's the whole thing with the Asian guy gets killed in Tokyo in the second movie.
Uh-huh.
And then every movie that comes out after the second movie, they act like he hasn't gone to Tokyo yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then they introduce Jason Statham by, like, Jason Statham is killing that guy in Tokyo. And he's like, now I'm coming for the rest of you.
Do you think I should ever take time to watch these? Or
I think they're some of the best movies ever made.
Okay.
But also some of the worst.
I know.
They kind of go up and down. Like, not every one is good.
I don't know.
And
Basically,
honestly, Fast X, I couldn't get into.
I mean, my barometer for, like, good, bad movie is definitely Armageddon. And then Face Off is pretty close.
I really appreciate, I think from professional wrestling, I appreciate long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like sometimes
That's why I love Armageddon.
Sometimes you'll watch a guy for a year turn into a villain.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like about Fast X,
you don't watch a lot of TV shows.
I don't, because I get so addicted to them. I'll watch like 10 seasons of the fucking Walking Dead, and my life is like going to hell. So I honestly, if I turn one on, I literally just watched all of Better Call Saul like recently.
All right.
Like, that's the problem, is I watch it all at once, so I limit myself to movies. But
in
wrestling, it's like he's a bad guy, and then he slowly becomes good over the course of a year. If you see him over and over, little interactions. Right. There's been like some really cool stuff that you're like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening. It took a year. Like, there was this shit where Chris Jericho was a villain with Kevin Owens, and they were called the Best Friends. Was their tag team.
Wait, Owens?
Kevin Owens. He's a more newer guy.
Oh, never mind.
He's not like a 90s guy.
There was one of the other guys who, like, died, like, during WWE was Owen something, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Owen Hart.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah,
Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
See, I mean, there's shit. All right, so I'll just say this real briefly. It was way off pace, but they told the story of a year where there were two bad guys who would help each other win, and they would always tease like they were going to turn on each other. And then they built it up, and Chris Jericho had this huge thing called the Festival of Friendship, and he did all these nice things for Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens turned on him. It took like a year where they were teasing it over and over again. Damn. So when it actually happened, you're like, it's not going to happen. And then it did, and your mind was blown. And I just love it took so long.
You love that, huh?
I love, like, because I'm watching it anyway, I'm just like, okay, here we go. And then when it does happen, you're like, holy shit.
Oh, no, I was wondering if you love it so much, if you're, like, doing that to me. And then
you got to watch your back.
And then
I was doing it on bad comedy. I was a little bit like, I had wrestling stuff in my head when we were doing it. I felt like we were doing it. Well, I wish Mac and Dylan weren't actually retarded because we could have done something really artistic, like really like professional wrestling meets podcast meets. I had these really deep ideas that we just never could do because the people I was working with were just like, they were very ambitious, which I need that, but they were completely inept.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It could have been really cool. They were on the right pace. Like, he was like, Mac is accidentally like a good wrestling character. Like when he's like putting his gun in a video and talking shit. He's really cutting a wrestling promo.
100%.
And these guys don't even watch wrestling. They even know. I'm like, you don't even realize you're just doing pro wrestling.
Mac Nepper doesn't realize he's Charleston White yet.
Yeah. Or he's a fucking Chris Jericho or something. Like, not Chris Jericho. He's not. Maybe Chris Jericho. They're both narcissists.
Oh, I thought everybody liked Chris Jericho.
They used to.
Okay.
In the 90s for sure.
Okay.
He's still around wrestling, and he's a little bit what do you call it?
Pretentious.
He's past his prime, but he doesn't know it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's Jim Jones.
Yeah, I've been seeing that Jim Jones shit going on.
A lot of rappers are doing that right now.
Just like
old rappers just it's one of those things where I don't know. It's like, does Will Smith know this is bad, or does Jim Jones know this is bad? And it's
Jim Jones put out a video where he said he knew what he was doing. He said he knew.
Oh, he did. If
I just said I'm better than Nas, it'll go viral.
Yeah.
And then, but people are clowning him. So how could this be good? But people are talking about Jim Jones.
Do you get money for being talked about?
maybe when you're that level of celebrity, now that people are talking about you, you could do something and people will notice.
Yeah.
Like you
leverage it into.
Yeah. People say Kanye West, he had a bipolar episode every time an album was coming out.
Yeah.
He would do something to be in the news. Like Tim Dillon and fucking Michael Che had a fake beef because Michael Che was putting out a stand-up album on them. Like there is a marketing technique right now where people have a fake drama because they have something coming out. The
Right.
Kardashians had all this shit with Pete Davidson right before they had a new show on Hulu.
So
like it's fake.
So
It's
obviously
fake drama for views.
Maybe Jim Jones is trying to get some free marketing for something, but does Jim Jones get any sort of money for how much people online are talking about him? Do you get a check from Instagram? Do you get a check from TikTok? Do you get a check from YouTube?
Well,
do you get a check from...
There are money for views, so if you're putting out your own videos, I don't think I've seen him put out anything.
That's what I mean. Like yeah,
so
I don't know.
Is the Breakfast Club going to pay him to come on so they could talk about this?
Not,
I think that's more like what he's going to get.
Okay.
Which
like makes sense.
TMZ going to give him money to do something, to interview him or something?
That makes sense.
That's what I think.
But I was genuinely wondering.
Maybe he'll get more listens because people are like, well, who is Jim Jones? Is he good?
Right.
Let me check if he's better than Nas. Honestly, I couldn't name one Jim Jones song.
We fly high, no lie, bowling. Even that's all I know.
All right, there you go. There's also a Jim Jones from Jonestown.
Oh, yeah. I told you about Jim Jones, didn't I?
The cult guy?
Yeah.
I know about him.
Oh, okay.
He used to do a stand-up joke that nobody liked.
Oh, yeah. Well,
people always talk about the mass suicide, but they were all drinking out of paper cups. It was also a mass littering event.
I like that. It's really good. And that thing is a little less known about than you would think.
Yeah.
I would definitely
people should know about it because 1,000 people killed themselves.
And
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it was in Bolivia.
Yeah. Yeah, it was literally a city they made up
called Jonestown. Yeah. I would say like our parents.
People should talk about that more than Waco.
That was borderline like Waco for like our parents. People younger than us, I don't think have ever heard of Jonestown.
Probably not, unless they're like true crime or like I found it on YouTube videos and true crime shit.
I would say Jonestown.
Netflix hasn't done a Jonestown thing.
Jonestown is like people our age is like Oklahoma City bombing.
When did that happen? Like the 90s, right?
Mid 90s.
Yeah.
Probably 94.
Oh yeah, because I remember on TV they were gonna.
93.
It was like Timothy McVeigh's.
Yeah.
They were gonna kill him. What is it called? Lethal Injection, and they filmed him in the room right before, and then they had to cut the camera when they actually killed him. But you got to see him in the room where they were gonna kill him on the news.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I don't remember that.
I remember being at my grandpa's house and watching it on the TV and being like, "This is fucking weird."
Oh no, I don't remember that.
It might have been like.
It would have been like what, 94, 95?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I don't think
in elementary school.
Yeah. It's so funny we're talking about the Oklahoma City bombing now.
I thought
Oklahoma City, your new NBA champions.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah. They won on Monday.
They won the NBA.
They won the.
What's their team called?
Thunder. But I was laughing. I was like, what the fuck? Because you see all these people in the arena, it's packed out arena. I was like, what the fuck are all these people about to do? Go to Ruth Chris? Like, what are you doing?
How do you celebrate in Oklahoma City?
TGI Fridays is about to go crazy in here.
You run out in the street and you push over a
lamppost? A car?
Tumbleweed.
Okay, a tumbleweed.
You run up in the street and you flip a tumbleweed.
Yeah, I like that.
You set fire to a tumbleweed.
We should.
That's how they riot in
I
Oklahoma
love
City.
tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
I saw them one time. I went to Arizona. I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
It's like, those are real.
All right. I want to understand this incubator idea. So we get up to 6 John Barenthals.
You don't like this idea at all. I thought you would like the idea of just the whole idea of a, what do you call those, anthology?
I do like it.
An anthology, but there you just add another twin every time.
I like it. I feel like
No,
the
you
fun
didn't.
I'm gonna tell you.
You didn't like
no,
it.
no, I like it.
No, you didn't.
I do like it. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is for me. It's not a problem. The reason why I didn't react to it is it asks more questions than it answers for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fun of writing these movies would be coming up with a new way each movie to have them be not know why there's another one. Like, be surprised that there's another one.
Oh,
Like,
easy
that's
solve. Easy solve. Easy solve.
I almost want there to be different ways each time.
Well, no. Every time they like break a case wide open, it gets to the other brother somehow because that other brother's in like another part of the world is cracking cases.
Yeah.
And the reason that they all happen to be like kind of cracking cases is because they are brothers who got separated at
They
birth.
all have the same genetic
but they all
gifts.
kind of have that thing, you know, and
Yeah.
they're like, and
But they have different cultures. There's going to be one that grew up in like
the poor
a Chinese monk.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a monk.
Yeah,
up
you
in
got
the mountains.
well, no, you got the rich kid, you got the poor kid, you got, you know,
The Asian one.
you got the yeah.
The one who like grows up with ninjas.
Oh right, yeah, you know, yeah, you got the one who was raised by a rat.
In a sewer?
Yeah.
With the Ninja Turtles?
No. Yeah, I thought you were just gonna like the twin part. Just
It just created like my head is having trouble taking it in because I'm like I'm processing this. And the other thing, the main problem I have with how I'm seeing it, that I've been trying to work out, is how to keep everyone cool and important as you introduce more people. Like once you get to 6 people, like if you watch like the Avengers.
mm-hmm.
Like, dude, all of a sudden, it's like, who gives a fuck about Ant-Man and the Tree and Batista? Like, they're these Avengers who don't matter, and I don't want that to happen. I want to keep them all important in each movie.
Well, I thought that's why we went with John Bernthal.
He's incredible.
Okay.
And it's going to be the role of a lifetime.
Yeah. 6 John Bernthals.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Keaton did it in Multiplicity with more.
Yeah.
There's like fucking a bunch of him. He's got a retarded one. He has to do a retarded one, just like in Multiplicity.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
A retarded brother.
Yeah. Damn. I want to see that now. I've never seen multiple.
I saw it as a kid. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I remember just looking like, what is this funny? Is there action? What is this?
You could tell it's corny as shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
I love Michael
Cheaper by
Keaton,
the
though.
dozen or something. Like those movies
Yeah.
that you look at and you're like, yeah, I know this is supposed to be funny, but this ain't Adam Sandler.
no.
You know.
No, it's not real Adam Sandler.
Mm-mm.
It's not the one where Adam Sandler wears a dress.
Yeah. Jack and Will Smith.
I didn't realize it, but I never seen that movie, but I was watching something about Al Pacino, and they're like, Al Pacino's in that movie, and he falls in love with Adam Sandler.
Al
It kind
Pacino.
of made me want to watch it.
Al Pacino's in that movie. Norm's in that movie.
Yeah, and Al Pacino falls in love with Adam Sandler as a woman.
Yeah.
It's like White Chicks with Terry Crews.
Dude, that happened over a meeting at Bohemian. What's that place? Grove.
Bohemian Grove?
Yeah.
I've never been there. What is that? Or that's in
No,
LA?
we can't. We couldn't go there.
We can't go to Bohemian Grove?
Is that even the name of it?
What is it? Is it a restaurant?
No, it's supposed to be for all the
lizards who run
Illuminati.
ho-
Yeah,
oh.
Illuminati.
Oh.
You never heard of Bohemian Grove?
I've heard the words, but I don't know what they mean.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Hollywood's like elite. That
Okay.
Yeah,
We should get in there.
it's like
Then we can meet like Nick Cage and John Bernthal and get them on our podcast.
Well, no. Now I'm just thinking about me and you getting sucked off. As I tell, we're getting sucked off by like a minor. As I'm telling John Bernthal about my movie where
there's a new brother every sequel.
yeah, and there's 6 of them. And John,
And I love too. You're starting like this isn't like this is like Star Wars. You know, like there's like it's like a trilogy, but it's 2 trilogies. That's how you pitch it. It's like there's already,
right.
It's like Unbreakable, but
Right.
times 2.
Exactly.
Unbreakable, Split,
Yeah.
Glass, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
And it's a 15-year commitment.
Oh,
John,
here's
come
the
on.
other thing I didn't realize it. It's so obvious. you have like the fifth brother in the second movie wearing a mask.
Okay.
So later in the fifth movie, you realize he takes off the mask, and you're like, oh shit, that guy from the second movie is the brother from the fifth. He's been here all along.
He's been with us the whole time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have a problem with this idea. I just see like my brain is going to work on it like a puzzle, trying to figure out how to put the pieces in.
Well, I feel like we can make better quality, fifth and sixth editions of this film if we go in knowing that that's what we're going to do.
I think you have to have them all mapped out,
right?
Before you
rather
start.
Than this whole thing like, well, that one made a lot of money, we should make another one.
Is this just maybe a TV show?
Maybe
because you do like 6 1-hour episodes,
okay,
and you add a brother each episode. That way,
there's no way we can get Bernthal to make a 10-year commitment to us.
Yeah, to movies.
And I was just thinking about that movie Boyhood and how long.
I never saw it. But
well, just the idea that you had to make like a 15-year commitment to it.
Yeah.
I've
been watching these videos with
like,
actors.
what if somebody died? Like, what if Ethan Hawke had died? What do you do?
Yeah.
Like a fucking.
You're like.
There's a lot of moving parts in that movie.
You just get Bruce Willis like Looper.
Yeah. We talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
they don't
God.
Look at all like
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Oh yeah. I can definitely see it. If you just look at the chin, they look exactly alike.
Yeah, that way they don't have to make. I was watching something with actors, and it was.
I think we got about 5 minutes left before I got to dip.
Right on.
All right.
This isn't important, but some actor was saying he was the kid from Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
The
I can't think of her name.
The guy kid.
Oh, Paul Dano.
Yeah, Paul Dano wants to. He said
Abigail Breslin.
He had agreed to the movie, but they didn't make it right away. And they said every year they would come.
Agreed to what?
Like make Little Miss Sunshine.
Part 2?
No, the original.
Oh, yeah.
Before they made Little Miss Sunshine, they had they were getting everybody involved and like getting all the cast, but it was taking a while. And they said like every year the casting director would come visit him just to make sure he still looked young.
Yeah.
Because he was like going through puberty or whatever. Yeah. So like they do that kind of shit. Like they literally will take years to like get a.
Yeah,
it's funny you'll hear about like, oh, this movie I like. It actually was written like 10 years before. It came out
that happens all. Well.
Yeah. But
the
anyway.
girl from the white girl from Sinners is the girl from Boyhood, right?
I never saw Boyhood.
That's right.
She's in something else though too. You know who I don't like is that Julia Fox girl.
She's insane. Yeah. She's in
Gemstones. Right? Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, yeah.
She's great
in that. Yeah, she just plays herself in that movie.
And I just watched this movie called No Sudden Moves. She plays like a cheating wife in that.
Okay.
But it takes place in the 50s. Like she just plays like a despicable female in every movie.
She is.
And she is one.
She is.
And it kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to actually be bad.
Nah, that whole thing where she's kind of moving between Adam Sandler and
The Weeknd?
In The Weeknd?
Yeah.
I believe this, and honestly, this is secondhand told to me. Yeah. But I've seen her in interviews, and she is kind of just a dumbass. Like
she dated Kanye when him and Kim split up.
Yeah, that's right. But
Kim went to Pete Davidson and Kanye went to Julia Fox. Just like two dumbasses. Just two dumbass rebounds.
Yeah, that is. But I guess the rumor about Pete is that he's got a big penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he dates every famous white celebrity, like Selena Gomez or Ariana Grande, somebody.
Yeah.
Those pop stars, he dates them all.
I get it. He's
Not Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande.
I don't know. I've never seen his stand-up before. I get why.
Dude, he got famous when he was like 22. What do you think his stand-up is like?
I've known so many guys that look like him that women love. Like, yeah. And like kind of.
Tall, stupid guys.
Yeah. Well, I guess I am. I'm one of those. Damn. But there's something like he looks sickly a little. Yeah. Like
he
a
looks
little
retarded. He looks like Down
I don't
syndrome.
think he looks. Nah,
he looks a little like an extra chromosome. His face. He looks like he's got that mouth thing. His mouth is always open like Diddy.
Mine does that too. Damn, am I Pete Davidson?
I never noticed your mouth, so you're good. I noticed P. Diddy. I've been trying to write a joke where the punchline is, it happens more time. It's rarer than finding a picture of P. Diddy with his mouth closed. Like, I got that punchline, but I had no joke.
Yeah, I do have, because I think I was joking about you about like having to like get all the people out of my life who don't agree with me, and then and then ending by like, wait, am I Diddy? And then just like, honestly, with sunglasses, like I do kind of stand like this a lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Like a turkey.
Yeah.
About to drown in a rainstorm.
That's how I looked when I was watching She-Ball yesterday. I was just like.
Well, that's because your mouth dropped because you were, like blown away.
Yeah, there's this awesome scene where he brings this white girl. This is the first time they're hanging out. He brings them to a basketball court, and they're playing like just like playful one-on-one with each other, and there's like a dice game going on in the back.
Of course.
Of course. And then shots ring out. They take off running. They get into their car, and then they get pulled over by the police, right?
Yeah.
And this just happened, by the way. Cop was like, tells like Nick Cannon, like, get out of the car, and the white girl's like, why? What's happening?
Oh,
and he's like, and the cop is like, there's been shots fired, reported around this area, and they like put him on the hood or whatever.
Yeah, and his gun is in his car.
It is. And they find his gun, but this whole scene is the white girl and Nick Cannon are trying to portray police brutality.
Yeah.
But the police are pulling
profiling.
Well, no, there was shots. They were at the park.
Right, but they're pulling over every black guy. It wasn't him.
Oh, yeah. But they find a gun that is not registered, and they still let him go. And like Nick Cannon and the white girl are like, it's crazy that this still happens. And I'm like,
we're getting let go. Does it still happen?
So confusing.
What are they trying to say?
They're mean to them. They are like raising their voice with them, but like.
He just wants to have his cake and eat it too.
I don't know what it is.
He's like, I'm getting racially profiled, but they're letting me go, so it's okay.
Well, I'm getting racially profiled, but they're not punking me.
Yeah, maybe because they should have been like, because the white girl's there, we got away. Or,
I don't know what it was, but he did get away. He did get away with an unregistered gun.
They let him keep it? They're like, just get that thing registered, buddy.
I can't remember how that goes, but after the cops leave, they're having like this discussion about like, and I'm not. This ain't one of those like, it's not real that cops don't treat. They used a very bad example of showing police brutality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
If you're like, use a real thing that's happened instead of this like, whatever. Anyway, that's enough of making fun of Nick Cannon for not being as smart as me.
I got an Incubator movie based on your Incubator.
All right.
How about a movie where every character in the movie is played by the same actor?
Okay. This is kind of where I was going. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like the waiter comes up and it's him.
Well, no.
So everyone's John Barenthal.
God damn. Yeah. Everyone's John Barenthal. What about,
That could be cool. I don't think that's been done yet. It seems like it should have been done. And this is just one movie because I guess the sequel you have a new person and then half the people are one guy and half the people are
Absolutely.
And you just keep dividing up all the characters by like 3 actors, 4 actors.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the reverse of your idea.
You get Michael Douglas, Kirk Douglas, and you just get
everyone with the Douglas in their
you
name.
Get all the Baldwins together.
Yeah. Stephen Baldwin's pretty good in Usual Suspects.
Well, you do all the you do that Anchorman scene where everybody gathers up to fight.
Yeah.
But it's like the Baldwins, the fucking Will, Jada,
it's
and
the
Jaden.
Families by family. By Hollywood Dynasty. All right.
I think that's it. I would like to cool down before I have to take off.
Yeah. Let's end it.
It's so warm in here. They don't know that part either, do they?
They could tell. Look at us. We're like shiny. My shirt is like I'd fill in the pool.
All right. One day we'll have a budget. All right.